Okay, you've just done some things yourselves that you wouldn't expect to come together by physical interactions. Some of you have been drawing diagrams, beautiful curves, pictures, sorting out coloured objects, sorting out pink ones from the blue ones, and balancing different things. Now I'd like you to get together in small groups of 3 or 4, and come up with a list of your favourite materially impossible tasks, things that we do routinely that would not happen just through physical interactions alone, which clearly show the inconceivable potency of the conscious self. My favourite, I'll just give an example. Apart from, for example, standing up all day. You wouldn't expect a body like this to stand up on end for 3-4 hours at a time, but they do, routinely, and move around too. My favourite maybe is a ship in a bottle. A ship, you don't expect ships to come together to float on the ocean. And what to speak of models of ships, there's no reason why a model of a ship could come together. And then how a model of a ship could get inside a bottle and look as though it couldn't get in there. And then supposing you have a description, and a digital description of a picture of a ship in a bottle. That would be one example for me. Or, for example, a dam connected up to an electric a network of electricity, powering a computer, like this. Anyway, you come up with your own examples in your small groups of things which we do, human beings do, which the physical laws could not possibly do. Okay, off you go. Have fun. It's okay, it's one thing to understand theoretically, or even to demonstrate that we have inconceivable potency. That's one thing, but we want to realize it. Spirituality means not just understanding that we're spiritual beings. It means realizing our spiritual qualities, our spiritual potential. And one favorite way is meditation and chanting. And the favorite chant through the ages has been Om. A, U, M. According to the Vedic wisdom tradition, A means the divine. U means the creative energy or potency of the divine that connects us with the divine. And then means the individual living beings, ourselves. So Om is a complete expression of the divine, the energy of the divine, sacred energy of the divine, and the living entities and the relationship between us. When we're chanting, it's helpful to close your eyes, concentrate on the sound vibration. Vibrate. Many people, when they're singing or talking, they talk just from the throat. But when we're chanting, we want to chant from as deep as possible, so that and you can feel the vibration in the whole of your body, right through the whole of your body. That we talk about spiritual vibration. So we're going to chant Om, and we'll be aware of our own presence, spiritual presence. We can just let go of our awareness of the world around us for the time being. Just be aware of our spiritual presence. And we're also hearing the vibration of the other members of the group here chanting, and we're chanting together. So aware of our own spiritual presence and the spiritual presence of the other members of the group. So we can start chanting Om. We've already done some sharing amongst in groups and in pairs. And now I'd just like to talk a little about some very, very simple basic principles of communication, which are going to help us to communicate with each other, to communicate our ideas, to be heard, to give space to the other person to express themselves clearly and to step into that space, and to acknowledge the spiritual presence of the other person. We can call this heart-to-heart communication. When we're talking in everyday conversations, often it's something like a duel. One person is talking, the other person is partly attending, but there's a stream of consciousness going on in their mind, and then they're interjecting, putting in their own, oh, that reminds me of one, yes, I had one as well, oh, I don't agree with this. So really and truly, in general conversation, not a great deal of real listening and not a great deal of open, frank expression. Just ask yourself, when was the last time that somebody really, really listened to you outside of a counseling session? Somebody said that in America, nobody listens to anybody else, so they pay psychiatrists to listen to them. There's a lot of truth in that. So now, in communication, I just like to we'll practice heart-to-heart communication. And here's some guidelines. We're going to be in pairs, and each person will speak for 5 minutes, and the other person will just attend for 5 minutes. During that course, the course of that, the person who's speaking, it'll be something that is significant, personal significant, maybe not as confidential as you feel comfortable in expressing. The person listening skills are very important. First thing is to attend. Attend doesn't just mean listening, but it means listening not only with the ears, but listening with the heart. It means going down into the heart space, even turning off the mental comments, not judging, just really attending, being there for the other person, being aware of their spiritual person. There's a spiritual person who's expressing themselves through the body, through the words, through the gestures, trying to be aware of that and be there for that person. This will require body language is very helpful. If somebody's talking to me and I have this kind of stance towards them, it'll be difficult to speak. Or if I'm turned away. So we use open body language and making eye contact. If I'm looking away, that means I'm not really attending. Making eye contact, but not staring at them and freaking them out. If we lean back, that means we're not really attending. So we can lean forward a little, open body language. Hearing, attending. During this, when the person is talking, we're not going to make any comments. We're not going to validate them, invalidate them, anything. At the same time, if we're rigidly like statues, trying not to do anything, this is unnatural. Of course, when somebody's talking and nodding, acknowledging what they're saying, establishing rapport, actually, by our presence as well. So, just for the sake of the exercise, one person is going to speak for 5 minutes, the other person is going to listen and attend for 5 minutes. Means no commenting, hearing, attending, giving them space to express what they're saying, open, friendly, supportive body language. Okay, try 5 minutes each way.